Hey guys, welcome to Realistic Crypto. I'm Mark, and in this video, I'm going to show you how I made $1,089 in August, completely passively with a number of different projects. Now, first of all of these projects I would class as high risk. I'd also tell you that this is not financial advice. This is just a video around, what I do, what projects I earn passive income from. If you choose to get involved in any of these projects, then I'm not responsible for any loss. Full disclaimer, these are high risk projects. So I every month write an article for Medium on how much passive income I've made for the month. Given we've just started the YouTube channel, we're a couple of weeks in, I thought that I'd also do a video version of it. And there's a couple of other projects that I am involved in that I haven't written about in Medium. So I'll take you through those, and we'll probably look to add those to Medium in the next report. Now, for all of those Medium articles that I've written, I'll leave a link in the description. I have written some articles on some of these specific projects too. I'll also include the articles of those in the description below. But without further ado, let's get into it and take a look at how I've earned some passive income in August. So, first of all, we're going to go from the project that's earned me the most money all the way through to the projects that have earned me the least money, and then what we're going to do is we'll cap it off with the projects that I haven't yet reported on Medium. And then what we'll do is we'll break down each of the numbers from each of those projects. So first project on the list is MXC. So this is a project that is aiming to build a low power wide area network. It's very similar to Helium in its characteristics. This is the device. The device is low powered, uses about 6 watts a month. Last time I calculated it was between $1 and $2 per month in electricity at the rates that we pay in the UK, which is around 27p per kilowatt hour, but I'll put the dollar amount somewhere on screen. Now, these are very straightforward devices, plug and play pretty much, from unboxing it through to having it set up and connected takes all of 10-15 minutes. They're not noisy, they don't use high amounts of electricity, they don't generate a lot of heat or any heat, so they're actually quite easy to live with compared to other miners. Now, there's a couple of things to watch out for around particularly this miner and the project and the tokenomics. It's not as easy as just withdrawing your tokens every day. There's a concept of a fuel tank, and when that depletes you earn less. Now, I've written an article that describes all of the advantages and disadvantages of this project and this device. I'll leave a link to that in the description below. The other thing to mention is I have 2 of these. So I bought one around the end of February and then another one in May. Both of those are in the same location. You're allowed 2 in the same property. And I will potentially be looking at investing in more as time goes on. But yeah, like I say, by far my most consistent miner, making around $10 a day, $10 to $12 a day every single day. If the price of the token increases, you get less MXC, which is the token for this project every day, but it still amounts to $10 to $12. And if the price decreases, you earn more MXC, again equal to $10 to $12 per day. So that's the first project, and we'll break down the numbers at the end. The second project where I made some passive income is through 3 DCA bots. Now, most of the content that's on my channel is around 3Commas DCA bots. It's an area that I've spent a lot of time and energy and focus on, as you can see from some of these previous numbers. But all the way from March through till September so far is consistently profitable. Now, the one thing to call out is that in July we had this 162 gain. This was actually a losing month, and the reason for that is I got liquidated in an Ethereum position for around $300, and the liquidation isn't taken into account in the numbers. So, you know, we have had a red month since March, but every single month after between that and after that has been green. And so far in September, we're projected to make around $740 if there's no losses. So it's going to be an interesting month. But back in August, we made $356.52. Now, if we just break into this a little bit, you can see most of the days were profitable. We did have a couple of days that were losing days, but all in all, pretty profitable. And this just breaks down those days. So again, consistent passive income from here. I do write, I do have a number of videos, and I will be covering more and more content on the channel around DCA bots and passive income using DCA bots. So if you're interested in that, please subscribe to the channel, and yeah, you'll be notified of all of the interesting content that we put out in relation to 3Commas bots. They are a really good way of making passive income if you can back test and be comfortable and confident that they're consistently profitable. And to that point, I'll also leave a link in the description below that takes you through how I approach building those bots, some methods, techniques, and tips. And it also includes a couple of tools that you can use completely free, even just to get started. So if you don't want to invest in the tools like 3Commas, then you can check that video out, and it will talk about the ways that you can use 3Commas for free. So pretty good game, $356.52. Moving on next to Helium. So Helium was my next project. So over the 30 days, I earn 8.52 Helium. Now the Helium price has dropped considerably. I'm not sure where we're at right now, but we have taken a pretty big dip in Helium. Now, it's showing us 4 hotspots. We've only got 3 of those hotspots online. One of them we're still finding a home for, but you know, we should hopefully have that 4th one back online soon, and then at least that can be making some passive income for us as well. Now, the hotspots that I have are 2 cents cap M1s and also 2 Bobcat 300s. The cents caps have 5.8 dBi rack wireless antennas, and the Bobcat has its standard 3 or 4 dBi antenna that came with the device. So there's a little bit of room there to make some changes and maybe increase the amount of HNT earned. So next up, just to look at those very quickly, that's the Bobcat miner and the sense cap. So then the next project that made me passive income this month is a project called GeodeNet. So GeodeNet's relatively new if you haven't heard of it. They use devices, so this is the device here. You connect it to a base station and you mount it outside. Now, the idea of this is that this device will mine the geode token, and you effectively get rewarded by allowing satellites to observe the device, to get accurate location data. So it's quite a unique use case for a device. There's clearly a market out there, and if we look back at other projects like Planet Watch as an example, there's definitely some utility that sits under this project. So relatively new. This has been online now for 9 days, which coming into this month, we were only up 3 or 4 days, 5 days last month. So made some passive income from that. This is just a view of the dashboard. I'll be blurring that out, but uptime, satellites connected to, it tells you how many satellites you're actually connected to. As of right now, we're connected to 42 satellites, and we've been up 9 days and 6 hours. What that then results in is a number of geo tokens being deposited into your wallet. Again, completely passive. Haven't touched it in the 9 days that it's been online. So yeah, another pretty good project. I think it's got quite a bright future. Next, moving on to SC Prime. So SC Prime is a decentralized storage project. You get paid for storing data on behalf of people that want to use the network to store data. So right now, I have a device that's got a 14 terabyte disk in it, and I'm currently using somewhere near the half a terabyte. Just over half a terabyte of data. So, last month's incentives were 23.6. We're already at 6.15, and we're 5 days in. We did see quite a spike in the amount of data stored on the device. So, we'll get incentives in line with that, and we'll also get paid the storage price over the coming months. Coming months, sorry. But yeah, quite a solid project, and I'm really bullish on this one. I think the project itself over time will do really well. We are starting to see a pickup in the amount of data that's been added to the network. I'll leave a link to that project in the description below. I'll also just pull up very quickly their website, so scpri.me, and then you can take a look at all of the information there, and dashboards, and how much the prices, what's been used on the network, the capacity of the network, etc. Next project then is Steppen, and slightly regret getting into Steppen maybe at the time that I did, but I'd love to say that it's kept me active, but over the last 6 weeks or so, I've probably been less active. I've been spending more time trying to create content, getting the YouTube channel running. But since the start of this month, we've already been out twice. So aiming to keep that up, and hopefully start to get a bit of a return on investment eventually on this project. And you'll see what I mean by that in the numbers in a couple of minutes. So then we've got a couple of other projects that I haven't spoken specifically about in the Medium article, but I will look to be adding those this month. So first of all, there is Vapor nodes. So I'm not a big fan of the Ponzi node projects. However, I did get sucked into to Vapor nodes some months back. And they're doing a bunch of interesting stuff right now, where they're effectively looking to reduce the emissions, stop new nodes being created, stop nodes being compounded, and I believe that there's a proposal open right now to look at converting nodes to NFTs. So it'll be interesting to see how that concept moves forward. They're also looking to build decentralized exchange where there'll be benefits for node holders or NFT holders or wherever we end up. So, pretty interested in this project. Daily APR right now is 1.1%. If you have more than 50,000 tokens, I believe, in the node. Let's just have a quick look. Yeah, so up to 50,000 you get rewards boosts, all the way up to 1.3%. Above that you get up to 1.1%, and above that you get 1.05%. I have created another couple of small nodes that I'm compounding regularly, because there's also 20% additional compound bonus on those as well. So it's just a way to try and quickly build up those nodes. The last, there's two other projects, but we'll talk about this one next. So Presearch, so I've written an article around Presearch. It's a decentralized search engine. Really interesting concept, and it rewards you for using the search engine. You get rewarded effectively every search up to a certain amount every single day. But I've also created a node, so you can create nodes within this project. These nodes are actual nodes, not Ponzi nodes. So these, the stake that you stake, you will be able to get back when you close that node. And so far from that 2,000 pre that I've staked, I've been rewarded with 155.77 pre. And then the last project, I've not got the tab open for that, but the last project is Drip. I did get sucked into Drip as well. Only very, very small amounts, but it was relatively enticing. So I decided to take a bit of a gamble on that. So in terms of the numbers then, so just breaking these down. So M2 Pro miners, so I've got two of these. I invested around $6,000, so $3,000 each. And in August, they made me $664.60. Now that comes currently to a total of $2,681.69. Now that's currently these, the sum of these. The challenge with some of these projects is actually working out at a point in time what the USD value is, because there's a lot of fluctuation with the price of the coins. But we've pretty much paid off one of these two devices. I bought the first one at the end of Feb, the second one at the start of May. So currently ROI looks at around 45%, and in the month we made around 11.1% ROI. So then from a DCA bots perspective, got around $6,100 invested. Again, that came from one of the earlier articles. We needed to land on a number somewhere. And again, throughout that period, in August, we made $353.15. And then a total from the start of recording the journey all the way through, we've made 1,561. Now in month we made a 5.8% profit, which is not bad going. I expect that that'll be higher this month because we've done a lot of work recently around those bots and new settings, and we're already seeing the benefits of that. Helium, invested around $1,700. Again, we were mining through May, June, July, and August. We're at about $216 total. So around 13% ROI into that project, with 2.4% on the month. Now, clearly, if the helium price starts to perform a little bit better than what it has been, then these numbers will increase as well. In the majority of cases, I'm holding all of these, and I'll continue to hold them through the current market, the downtrend in the market until we're into the new bull run. So yeah. At GeoNet, we talked about that. It's new. We were up for around 5 days. We made around $2 a day on that project, so we're already 2.2%. We're already around 2% ROI and 2.2 total. This is just my poor Excel skills. SC Prime, invested around $1,000. We did a DIY setup of a Synology NAS, which I've got an article. I'll leave that in the description too. But that gives you an idea of a number of different ways that you can build a device. Again, not big numbers throughout these months, and we're 1.6% ROI. But again, I'm really bullish on this project. I think that if they can get that out and get it into a few large businesses, then we'll start to see some real positives to the price, and I think we'll also see a lot more tokens earned, given you get rewarded for storing data. Step in, so again, invested around $1,600. We're looking at a total so far of $191, which is around 11.9% ROI. $4 last month was relatively poor, and that's, like I said earlier, I did not get time to get out as much. And then the last two are projects that I'm effectively comfortable now that we'll just take a loss on. Now Block Create's still running, but I couldn't even calculate the amount that it made these months. It was sub $1. So yeah, there were more effort trying to calculate it than what we made. So we'll write these two off. Now, I did also mention that we were into vapor nodes, drip, and pre-search node. So vapor node and drip, I've not pulled out any profit. I've completely compounded those. And then pre-search, we've made around $11.09, which is 5.3% ROI. So yeah, it's been an interesting month. Like in total, these projects we've invested around $17,700, and we have in total, from an ROI perspective, we're around 26.5%. In terms of the return on investment so far, in terms of our totals, and on the month we're around 6.1%. So both numbers not bad numbers whatsoever. All passive, all the miners, all the devices we've not had to touch. We have had to look at some of those DTA bots to reconfigure them, but they've been running relatively well since, as you saw from the numbers earlier. We're not going to include the other projects. We will put those into next month's update. So that about covers it. I guess last thing from me, if you enjoy the content, please like this video, please subscribe to the channel. We will be covering lots more around passive income. If there's a project that I'm not involved in that you think is interesting and an opportunity to earn some passive income, please drop a comment in the comments section below. And until next time, thank you and goodbye.